clearly what decisions, what degree, or what anything. You have to say very clearly.
According to circular number one issued in
2013 in the circular on what? Circular 101 on what? On what?
On personal, on tax.
On text. Is this from the Ministry of Finance? Okay.
So, to be digested in the first
Let me search. Let me search. Sorry, there's a problem with the mouse. I can't hear. That is in Vietnamese is thông tư. Yeah. 101. 111. On the personal text. On personal text. Personal income tax. Yeah, okay. So based on the circular 101 on personal income tax, let me just that's it. This one. This one. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So which article? Which article? Article means điều khoản. Điều khoản nào ạ? Which article? The article 1. But we need to go to the article 2 of the law on personal income tax, and article 2 of, I don't know, is degree number 65. And that because you say the taxpayer is the resident and non-resident, yeah, based on the article 2 of the law on personal income tax and article 2 of the decree number 65, like that. So we have to go to okay. Anyway. On this circular, they also have definitions of the resident and non-resident. You can say, you can tell something about the resident and non-resident? Okay, if it's very difficult for you, you can say it's in Vietnamese. Linda, can you send this circular to the ANVA? They have, you have it, and you can use Google Translate or ChatGPT to translate it into English. Yeah, because this is Vietnamese law and acting here in Vietnamese. Yeah. Yeah, very smart. It's secure. That's great. That's great. Wonderful. Taxpayer. Yeah. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So a resident is, you can read it. Can you read it, Dwayne?
I already have here. So, can I answer my question?
Huh?
Can I answer your question now?
Yeah, of course.
So, to be a resident, you have to must do two traditions. First one is that you have to be present for 183 days
Mhm.
or longer in a calendar year, or for 12 to 16 months from the day on which that person arrives in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Two is that you have to have a regular residence in Vietnam. For a Vietnamese citizen, is that the regular residence is a place where that person regularly, steadily, or indefinitely lives and has been registered as permanent residence, as pre-described by legislation on residence. And for foreigner, is that the regular residence is the permanent residence in a permanent residence hub or a place of temporary residence registration. Or you have a rental house to live in. This economic is to you are considered a non-resident in Vietnam.
Okay, thanks Juan so much. And I want to ask other student. Do you have other idea? And the second people, the second student I will ask. Phạm Minh Hiếu. Phạm Minh Hiếu. Okay. So. Hiếu is not allowed to do the final exam. Phan Hải Linh. You okay? Phan Hải Linh. Say again. Okay, so you also refer to secure on the personal. It's just a personal in context. Okay, guys. This is the personal in context. This is personal in context. It's secure on personal in context. And they class so the ministries of the finance classify resident and non-resident to know whether these persons imposed a Vietnamese income tax or not. Okay. However, it's not really related to balance of payment. Am I right? It's not, because we don't know exactly whether the transaction between them can be recorded in POB or not. We just know whether they need to pay tax or not. Whether they need to pay tax or not. Yeah? Am I right? Based on the secure personal income tax of the Ministry of Finance, we just know resident and non-resident who are imposed, who have to pay tax or not, we don't know whether the transaction between them is recorded in the POB or not. So we need to refer to other. Need to refer to other circular or need to refer to other law. Other law. And anyone can find out it. Anyone can find out it. Yeah, you?
I found an
Mm-hmm.
pretty old from 2005. According to the ordinance, they should really
On ordinance of what? On what?
ordinance on foreign exchange.
Yeah, this is an ordinance on foreign exchange, guys. This is an ordinance on foreign exchange. And what article? Yeah. Just let's wait for a moment and I share it for all of you. And then you can read it. That is. Oh,
I have another link.
do you have another link? And is this English versions or not? Yeah, can you send it to everyone and the monitor can send it to me? Yeah, that is the ordinance on the foreign exchange. It's an ordinance in foreign exchange. And in Vietnam is pháp lệnh ngoại hối các em ạ. This is a pháp lệnh ngoại hối. Yeah, here is the pháp lệnh ngoại hối. And we need to pay on the ordinance or the foreign exchange to know who are resident and who are non-resident. Who are resident and who are non-resident. And the transaction between resident and non-resident are reported in POB. Yeah. You send it to me. I haven't got it. Oh. Okay. I haven't got it. Just okay. Yes, this is ordinance in 2005, but we have the latest versions of it. It's the Vietnam modified it, and the latest version is the ordinance in 2013. But anyway, we still can use it. Yeah, the ordinance or the foreign exchange. That's great. That's great. Everyone, can you read? Can you read the article? The article 4. Can you read loudly for everyone? The article 4 about the definitions of the resident and non-residents.
Article 4.2, resident being organization, individual comprised a credit institution established and operating in Vietnam, hereafter referred to as credit institution. B. Economic entities established and doing business in Vietnam, including those stipulated in point A of this clause, hereafter referred to as economic entity. C. The state bodies, units of the armed force, political organization, social political organization, social political professional organization, social organization, socio professional organization, social funds, and charitable fund of Vietnam operating in Vietnam. the diplomatic representative office, consulated in Vietnam in abroad, the representative offices in abroad of organizations stipulated in point A, B, and C of each clause. E. Vietnamese citizens residing in Vietnam, Vietnam citizens residing in foreign countries for a duration of less than 12 months, Vietnamese citizens working for organizations stipulated in point D and date of this clause, and accompanied dependents. G. Vietnamese citizen going abroad for the purpose of tourism, study, medical treatment, and visit. 8. Foreigner residing in Vietnam for a duration of 12 months or more, including those for the purpose of tourism, study, and medical treatment, or working for the diplomatic representative offices, consulated representative offices of foreign organizations operating in Vietnam. And for non-resident, point in Article 4.3, non-residents include all other organizations and individuals that are not covered in Clause 2 of this article.
Okay, thank you very much. What's your name?
My name is Han Chiu.
Have you ever got punished? No. Okay, how about this?
0.25 here.
Okay, that's great. So now you can distinguish between the resident and non-resident. And you know that the transaction between the resident and non-resident will be recorded in POP. Here we have good example. Okay, now we have example like that. Do you know multinational corporation? For example, Toyota, Honda, they are multinational corporations. Yeah. And for example, the Toyota is a multinational and headquartered in which country? In what country? Japan. Yeah, it's Japan. Okay. Now the question is that, and of course we know Toyotas have a subsidiary in Vietnam. And the question in here is, for example, foreign trade university buy a car from Toyota, a subsidiary in Vietnam. And the amount of that car is 1 billion Vietnamese đồng. It's 1 billion Vietnamese đồng. And the question here is whether the transaction is that transaction report in POP of Vietnam or not. Do you understand the question? Yeah? Foreign trade university is our university. Buy a Toyota car from the Toyota subsidiary in Vietnam. And the question is, and the value of the transaction, the value of the car is 1 billion Vietnamese đồng. And the question is that transaction reported in POP of Vietnam? 2 minutes for all of you. 2 minutes for all of you to think about and you understand the question? Yeah, okay, good. Okay. I will answer that one. Yeah. Hoàng Huyền Trang. Hoàng Huyền Trang. Tô Trường Giang. Tô Trường Giang. Dương Quang Vinh. Yes or no and why? Yes or no and why? Huh?
Dilemma, because I don't know whether the Toyota subsidiary is considered a resident company or a non-resident company in Vietnam. So I'm thinking about the question.
Student, I show you law.
Yeah.
I show you law. They classify resident and non-resident already. And then I say, okay, so based on the regulations of the Vietnam, you see whether they are resident and non-resident.
So I think Toyota is the Toyota subsidiary is considered a resident. So if
I asked you and then you asked me right.
so the question, the answer is yes.
The answer is
Yes.
yes.
It is the transaction is considered a balance of payments, and it's recorded upon the balance of payments.
So you say yes.
Yes.
The transaction is recorded, impure.
Yes.
Yes. He say yes. Okay. I got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The student. No, I call the name first. For the list first. I call someone first, and then Hà Thị Huyền Thư. You say no, and the reasons why. There's no answer like I think, but based on the law of Vietnam, we have this one, so they are resident or they are non-resident, blah, 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 like that. Yeah, because we study law, and we have to base on the regulations of law, okay? The Toyota in Vietnam is resident. So, okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And guys, so we have two opposite answer, one yes and one no. One yes and one no. Who agree with Vinh? Quang Vinh. Who agree with Quang Vinh? Please raise your hands. Oh Vinh, you look at it? And she's agree with you? That's great. Yeah. And who agree? Who agree with thư. Được. Almost all people agree with her. When exactly you confused, of course you say right that Toyota subsidiary in Vietnam is resident. It's a resident because we, according to the audience on the foreign exchange, the economics entity doing business in Vietnam is considered as resident. And so here, Foreign Trade Vietnam, Foreign Trade University is obviously is Vietnamese resident. And now, Toyota subsidiary in Vietnam is a Vietnamese resident as well. So that transaction is the transaction between Vietnamese resident and Vietnamese resident. So of course, this is not recorded in BOV. Everyone understand? Everyone understand? Now we go to other example. Okay. Do you know the locations of the World Bank and IMF? Do you know? Where is World Bank and IMF? I mean the headquarter of the IMF and World Bank. Oh, where are? You said Switzerland. World Bank and IMF. World Bank and IMF. Where are they located? The headquarters of IMF and World Bank. We will have next week. We have two groups. Yeah, presenting about World Bank and IMF. Yeah. And where's group number 13 and number 14? 13 and 14 about IMF and about World Bank. Okay. So where are World Bank and IMF headquarters located? You said Switzerland. Oh my God. You say? I guess Washington DC. Yeah, Washington DC in yes, United States. Yeah, USA. Okay. And now we have this one. This case. Helen Stone. Last month or 2 months ago. Helen Stone, and caused significant damage to Florida and USA, USA, and to support USA, the United States. World Bank fund $1 billion US dollar to the US government to support them to cover the difficulty and also damage of the caused by the hailstorm. Yeah. So the question here is that transaction recorded in POP of US? Do you understand my questions? You understand my questions? Do you need me to say again? Yes is understand or yes is say again? Say again, okay. So now, hailstorm, which is happened 1.5 months ago, caused significant damage to the US, and to support the US to cover the difficulties and also damage caused by the hailstorm. World Bank fund the government, US government $1 billion $1 billion to help the government, US government to cover to overcome the damage caused by the hailstorm. So the question is whether the transaction report recorded in the POB of US or not. Think twice. Okay. You understand the case? Yeah, you understand the case. It's just assumption, guys. It's just assumptions. It's not real, but we can think about it. And think carefully about it. And of course, the students who were absent and the students who were absent the previous lectures, you are potential to answer the question. Can we study non-stop, guys? Always non-stop. And remind me that we will stop at 11. No. 11:50. Yeah, 11:50 or 11:20. Yeah, 11:20. You say 50. You say 40 or 50. 50 is a 1-5. That 1-5. Okay, so I will ask someone. Xuân Phúc.
Yes, my answer. Yes, these transaction will be recorded in the BOP.
You answer yes. The transaction is recorded in POP of what country? Of Vietnam?
Of the United States.
The United States. Why?
I think it's because it represents an international transaction between foreign entity. This is the World Bank and domestic entity is the US government.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Xuân Phúc. I asked other student. Trần Ngọc Minh. Trần Vũ Khánh Linh. Dương Hà Linh. You are Dương Hà Linh? Hả? Dạ? Vũ Trần Khánh Linh. Okay. The answer is yes, and the reasons why. The same, always the same, so you copy. And you know, when you copy, two people copy the same answer, the mark will be divided by 2. That's funny, but and you have your own idea, not say I agree with him, I follow him, blah 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 blah. Okay, thank you very much, Lee. Who choose no? Raise your hands. Ling say no. The translation is not recorded in POV. Ling and Hải, Minh Hải, yeah. Linh Hải, Linda, Huyền Thư, and Han. Just 4, and you 5, and you 6. 6 students say no. Okay, 6 students say no. Who say yes? Raise your hands. Who say yes? Raise your hands. Thank you very much. And okay, so congratulations. Who? Yes. Who say yes? Congratulations, all students who say yes. Yeah, okay. So if this is multiple choice questions, you got mark, total mark. However, it's asks you the reasons. I'm not sure you can give the right reason. Yeah, right reason. That's why you always prefer multiple choice questions for the final exam. The reason is the international financial institutions like World Bank and IMF are always considered as non-resident for all countries in the world. So even they are located in the United States. Now, the transaction between them with the U.S. government or the U.S. Enterprise always are recorded in POV because they are always considered as non-resident. Everyone understand? So I hope that through 2 examples you know more clearly about definitions of POV and you know about the resident and non-resident. Yeah, okay. And the questions, one more questions. Before that questions, we have a look. I'll show you the POV of Vietnam. Okay, guys, so on the slide is the BOP of Vietnam in second quarter of 2024. It is published on the website of the State Bank of Vietnam. So it's reliable. So all the data here is reliable, okay? That's in the quarter, that is the balance of payments Vietnam in second quarter year 2024. And the question here is, what currency is used to record transactions in BOB? What currency? What currency? What currency? I'm not asking you in Vietnam, but in general. In general, what currency? What currency is used to record transaction in POB? And can we use? You look at here is in USD, in Vietnam, but can we use Vietnamese to record transaction in POB of Vietnam? What currency is used to record transaction in POB? Yeah, and in Vietnam, can we use Vietnamese đồng to record in POB of our country? Yeah. 5 minutes for all of you. 5 minutes for all of you. When I ask you the questions, I see every student say USD because you look at the slide, but it's tough. It's tough. It's not easy. Like I show you the slide. You said I didn't ask you the question before showing the slide. I asked you the question after showing the slide because I say okay, they can look at and they say the POP of Vietnam is record in USD. It's not. I don't ask you the easy question like that. What currency is recorded? 5 minutes guide. 5 minutes guide. An action student, and not action student, student who was absent previous lectures, ready, prepared for answering. Okay, I call someone. Dương Hà Linh. Okay, Linh.
So, in our opinion, I think that USD are used in balance payment of Vietnam instead of VAT because it is convenient because balance of payment is reported only transaction between Vietnamese resident and others resident in our world. So the USD will be more.
Keep silent, guys. Keep silent, please. Keep silent.
USD will be more convenient, and I also think that because of the exchange rate fluctuation, so maybe use the USD will be more stable in terms of economy.
So you say use USD. You say USD is used to record transaction in BOB. Okay, that's the idea of Dương Hà Linh. Thanks. I want to ask Lê Ngọc Hân.
I think I also think that Ethiopia and Vietnam also use the USD because
Which one?
Decree of about the balance of payment, about the on management of balance of the international payment of Vietnam.
Okay, can you say that again in Vietnamese? Can I search it? Just wait a moment because I need to change to the 4G. Okay, just wait a moment. Okay. Quản lý. Okay, so we have this one. Still not that. Okay. Article 8. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. According to the degree number 16 on the balance payment, on the balance payment management. Let me see. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. We look at the Article 4, Article 8, and they say USD is used to record transaction in the POP of Vietnam. Yeah. But in general, if I ask, oh my God, why do you look at it to take the pictures of me? But in general, if I just argue, what currency is used to record the transaction POP? What currency is used to record the transaction in POP? You say USD is not totally correct. It's not totally correct because in European country they can use their domestic currency. They can use domestic currency. In Japan, they use their domestic currency. Yeah, am I right? Okay. So for the first question, you have to say any currency. You have to choose any currency because in Vietnam we choose USD just because USD is the currency used in most international trade transaction. About 85% international trade of Vietnam is backed by USD. That's why we use USD in our balance of payment. But in other countries, for example, in European countries, they use euro. In United Kingdom, they use pound. Yeah, they use pound. So for the first question I asked you is the answer is any currency. It's any currency, any currency. But in Vietnam, of course, the answer is USD. Yeah, USD, according to the degree 16 on the balance payment management. Okay, yeah. That is all about the concept of the BOB. We know about the definitions. We know about the resident, non-resident. We know about the currency is to report in the POB. And now we change to the structures of POB. The structure of POB. This is the standard structures of POP. And the POP of Vietnam is follow the manual, the IMF, the manual of BOB of the IMF. We record it according to the IMF. And for the structures of the BOB, there's some sub-account. The first and the biggest account is the current account. You see here is the current account. Can you search this website, the State Bank of Vietnam? Otherwise, I can send the link to Khánh, and Khánh send it to all of you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is the first and the biggest sub-account of the balance payment is current account. Okay, guys. The second account is the capital account. The capital account The third account is a financial account. Many years ago, about more than 10 years ago, IMF divided the balance payment into current account and capital account. And for the capital account, there are long-term capital account and short-term capital account. And then they change the structure of balance payment. And now the structure of balance of payment is capital account and financial account. Yeah. Then we have net errors and omissions. Overall balance is the sum of four previous account. It is the sum of current account, capital account, financial account, and net error and omissions. Yeah. Overall balance. That's one. This one is overall balance. Number two. Yeah, this is overall balance. And overall balance is the sum of capital account, current account, capital account, financial account, and net error and omissions. Okay? Yeah, that is and the final is a reserve. Okay. Now we will go through the first account, which is the current account. Yeah, the current account is the biggest. It's the biggest account of the balance payment. And the current account has four sub-accounts. Yeah, the first one is the trade balance, but now IMF changes into the goods balance. Goods balance is not trade balance; it's a good balance. But in Vietnam, we use trade balance. The term trade balance in Vietnamese cán cân thương mại is very popular. Trade balance is very popular. But now IMF changed to the goods balance. Good balance. Because why? Because the service can also trade. We can sell trade the service. So why just commodity is trade balance, not the services included into the trade balance. That's why now IMF changed to the goods balance. Good balance is mean that the differences between export of commodity and import of commodity. Guys, remember the word commodity or goods, okay? So the goods balance is the differences between the export of commodities and the import of commodity. And look at here, we can see about the goods balance or the trade balance of Vietnam. We are in surplus or in deficit? In surplus. Yeah, in surplus. It means that we export more. Yes, it means that we export more than import. That's right. The second sub-account is the service. Yeah, it's the services account. So the services account is is the difference between export of services and import of services. Yeah, services here include. Can anyone tell me about the services? It can be recorded into this BOP. Tourism. Yeah, right. Only tourism. Education. Education is one for example, Alpha and Jenny, when they study in Vietnam, and they are non-resident, guys. They are non-resident, and of course, all their consumptions about the service, education service will be recorded into the POP of Vietnam. Yeah, and now for Alpha and Jenny, we are exporting education service. Yeah, am I right? Am I right? Yeah, it is exporting. We are exporting education service. What else? Yes, medical, shipping. Yeah, shipping. In Vietnam, in Vietnam we look at the amount and the services. We look at the amount of. Look at it, the projector. Change the color of the projector. Okay. Look at the services. Parents of Vietnam. Is it in surplus or in deficit? Deficit. Yeah. Deficit means that. Yes, it means that Vietnamese resident used services from the foreign countries than foreigner use services from Vietnam. Okay. And in Vietnam, the amount of services parent is just it's just moderate. Yeah, moderate. However, in some country, the services parent contribute to the huge amount of parents' payment. For example, anyone can tell me the example of some country have very good service. For example, Switzerland. Yeah, Switzerland is very famous for what service? For what? Yes, banking, finance service, and hospitality. What else? I don't know that word in English, but they also provide the service for people who want to die smoothly. Yeah, to want to die smoothly, to want to die in Vietnamese is an tu. I don't know the word in English, but it means that they want to die smoothly, they want to die without pain, yeah, like that, with that. They provide service, and they provide many service for this as well. In Switzerland, yeah, Switzerland is very famous for the high quality. It is a high quality services, including finance, banking, and hospitality, tourism as well. In Asian, there's a country that's very famous with the service, and I have to say, the value from that industry provides the huge amount, contribute to the huge amount of GDP for that country. Can you guess what country? Huh? Japan is not in ASEAN. It's Asia. It's not ASEAN. ASEAN, yeah, ASEAN. Thailand, or? Yeah, it's Singapore. Yeah, it's Singapore. Singapore very and what service? Can you ask what is the most valued service of the Singapore? Someone say tourism, someone say medical, someone say banking, education. Huh? What? Environment. Environment project. Finance, banking, because we are banking and finance students are always the subject which appear in our mind compass is the banking and finance, but logistic. Yes, logistic is the most valued. Yeah, logistic. You don't know it. You don't know it. Logistic help Singapore from poor country to help to change from the poor country into the developed country. Is thanks to logistic. Yeah, logistic. Yeah, that is the most valuable service of the Singapore. It's because we don't have time, so I don't have time to tell you the story of the Singapore and the Prime Minister. But you can search. The first Prime Minister of Singapore. The story, the first prime minister of Singapore, yeah, and the strategy of the first prime minister of Singapore. What did he do? What did he do to change Singapore? Because Singapore used to a state of Malaysia, yes, used to the state of Malaysia, and Malaysia forced Singapore to be independent, yeah, forced to be independent. Thì kiểu chúng ta không biết gì về lịch sử đúng không? Okay, so it's also very interesting, very interesting history. Okay, and the last. I'm sorry we stayed over time, but just 2 minutes, okay? Okay, but we can stop here. You can stop here because for the two sub-accounts, I have many things to tell you. Many things to tell you. So can we stop here, guys? Yeah, can we stop here? And do you understand? No. And do you understand the lecture today? Yeah, thank you very much. And see you on next Tuesday. Okay, bye.
Cậu ơi, từ từ.